All praise to the Most High. Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Kahala Yahweh. Oh yeah, we out here today for the Shabbat, the day of rest for the children of Israel. And everybody else should be on the day of rest too. If Israel is in rest, everybody else should be in rest.
Bring it up!
Hey, I got a few things I want to bring out to the blacks, to the Hispanics, and the so-called Native Americans. I want to bring some things out because it's been a lot of twisting, a lot of lies that have been going on, a lot of things been pushing that our people is not hip to. We've been blinded to a lot of things that other nations have given us. And one of them that we've been learning from the Christian church, saying that God doesn't hate nobody. That God is not of a God of hate. That God only sticks to a God of love. See, we got to bring these things out because since we've been lied to, we've been kept captive for so long to the point that we forgot how our God reacts to certain things. So what I want to start off with, because we want to make sure we debunk a lot of these lies from the Christian church. Let me get Romans 1, verse 24.
It's the book of Romans, chapter 1, verse 24. Wherefore God also gave them up to uncleanness through the lust of their own hearts.
So, in the beginning, when we fell off, following God's laws, statutes, and commandments, God gave us up. He gave us up because we refused to follow him. He gave us up because we refused to understand that we are the children of Israel. God has gave us up full of lust because the world is full of lust. And you got a minute, brother? All right. See, God gave us up for that because of the fact that we refuse to follow God's laws, statutes, and commandments and put an ear. Go ahead.
To dishonor their own bodies.
So we dishonor our bodies because it's certain things in the script that God hates that we shouldn't be eating. Go ahead.
Between themselves, who changed the truth of God into a lie.
Bring it
Hey,
up!
do y'all got a second? Bro, hey, we just a few.
We gotta meet somebody.
Gotcha, no problem. Read that again.
Who changed the truth of God into a lie.
So this is why I'm bringing this up. Who changed the truth to a lie? And this is where we get Christianity from because they changed it to a lie. The Bible is real, but Christianity is man-made.
That's right.
So, hey, let's bring it out again. Read that again.
Who changed the truth of God into a lie.
And how did that happen? Because, give me Acts 7:48. Because for one, in that time, they built temples. They built these temples and said this was the house of God. But we're going to read in the Bible that these temples that they created since the Greek time and all the other times, that is not the house of God. We are the temples, the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Let me bring it out.
The book of Acts, chapter 7 and verse 48.
Read.
Howbeit the Most High dwelleth in temples. Howbeit the Most High dwelleth not in temples made with hands.
Read that again.
Howbeit the Most High dwelleth not in temples made with hands.
This is in the Bible. This is in the Bible when they built these temples on in the churches. We believe in the Bible, but the temples that teaches it, the people in it that teaching lies. Go ahead.
As says the prophet, heaven is my throne and earth is my footstool. What house will you build me?
So God said, hey, what house do you build me? You know why we can't build God's house? Because we in captivity right now. We are right now in a situation where we don't even understand who we are, right? So, hey, we about to go ahead and bring some stuff out. Give me Sirach 17:11. Because first we got to understand where everything needs to come from. What is our heritage? We need to understand that. You know? So when we bring this out, it's going to give us an idea how we lost everything. You got a minute, brother? Okay, got you.
It's the book of Sirach, chapter 17, verse 11.
Read.
Beside this, he gave them knowledge and the law of life for inheritance.
So he gave us knowledge right? Where did we get the knowledge from? We're going right back into the wilderness in the Old Testament, where he dealt with Moses. Go ahead.
He made an everlasting covenant with them and showed them his judgments.
He showed us the judgments. That's how we learn how to judge one another. See, the church told us that we ain't supposed to be judging one another, but God showed us his judgments. If we understood to read the Bible and have an understanding, we would know how to judge. We don't know how to judge. We just know how to say only God can judge.
That's right. Bring it out.
You know what I'm saying? We ain't supposed to be saying only God can judge me. Guess what? If God judge you, guess what? You're going to be put to death.
That's right.
You rather want the prophets or your brothers and sisters that's walking up to judge you and judge you righteously. Make not to condemn you, but to uplift you and say, turn away from that sin. All right?
Their eyes saw the majesty of his glory, and their ears heard his glorious voice. And he said unto them, beware of all unrighteousness. And he gave every man commandment concerning his neighbor.
So that's how we do our judgment, because he gave us commandments, meaning that he gave us a covenant, something we're supposed to follow, so we know how to uplift one another, to judge one another, and to put other nations in check. That's what we're supposed to do. And we keep the commandments to love our Father. If we don't keep the commandments and do what we want, we don't love our God.
That's right.
All right? Go ahead.
Their ways are ever before him, and shall not be hid from his eyes.
So ain't nothing you can do behind the Most High back. Everything he sees. So it's the commandments that we're supposed to be teaching, like as today, we're supposed to be putting our people in subjection, letting us know that, hey, today is the day of Sabbath, the day of rest, no buying, no selling, no trading. That's what we're supposed to be doing. We out here judging y'all right now, telling you ain't supposed to be buying, selling, and trading. Y'all supposed to be at the day of rest. We're not supposed to be doing what everybody else doing. When we doing what everybody else doing, we're serving other gods. That's what we're doing. That's exactly what we're doing. Let's go.
Every man from his youth is given to evil. Neither.
Hold on. You got a minute, brother? You got a minute? Hey, let me ask you before you. I know you seem like you got to go, but let me ask you. Do you know that in the Bible that God has some hate towards what's going on to our people? Do you believe that God hates? You don't believe that? Let me ask you, you believe in the Bible? What church you go to? You go to a church? Who? Oh, okay, Let me tell you this, man. It's a surprising thing. This is what we're bringing out, because we've been lied to in this book and through these churches. They haven't been telling us everything correctly. I'm going to show you a few scripts that God has a hatred, not just for the sin, but the person that works in the sin. All right, give me Psalms 5. Right? Yeah, Psalms 5, start 4. We're going to start Psalms 5 and 4, and we're going to bring something out. I want to show you because, hey, it's a misconception that God is only love. It's true, God is love. But before we find out love, it's two things. It's either you're going to have love or you're going to have hate. You know, so God created love and he created hate. So we're going to figure that out. Before we even go there, let me even ask you too, bro. Are you familiar with the children of Israel? Okay, This is what we're bringing out, letting our people know that we are the children of Israel. I got a poster board that you can look at real quick. Now, let me ask you. What is your so-called nationality, what they tell you today? Black? Now, do you know that's not a nationality? That's just a color, right? So what would be your nationality? If it ain't black, it's because it's a color. Do you even look black, or do you look like a brown complexion? Right, so that's a lie right there. So what would be your nationality? African American. Now, do you know that's two slave masters? One is called Scipius Africanus, and one is called Amerigo Vespucci. You know, these are two men that changed the name to America and one that changed the name to Africa. So are you telling me you from Africa and you from America? You know, you see what I'm saying? So look, I'm gonna show you on this poster board. That's written in the Bible. You see these names right here? These names is why you would never find African American in the Bible, because there's no such thing. But you will find these names right here in the Bible. So let me ask you, do you see anything that you say that you may be, but that's written in the Bible as a real tribe on this poster board? Judah, all praises, all praises. Now, I'm gonna ask you this. Why did you think they called us African Americans? How did we lose that from Judah to African American? How did that happen? All right, give me Deuteronomy 28. And look, I'm telling you, brother, you ain't gotta listen with nothing I'm saying, but do the research. That's to be the best thing to do, because we're gonna show you and give you a kickstart. The same book, you said you believe in the Bible, right? And to go to church, right? So this is the same thing, that the same book that you have in the church, or maybe you have at home, that it says exactly in the Bible with who we are. Just give me Deuteronomy 28 first. Yeah, drop that. Give me 28. Yep. Watch this.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
What's gonna happen?
These curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
If you don't listen to God, well, what's gonna happen?
All these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
Give me verse 37. Now watch this. Now, hey brother, I don't know if you was paying attention or not, but God said if we didn't listen to his commandments, that he was going to put curses upon us. Is a curse a good thing or a bad thing? Go ahead. It's a bad thing. Now watch this. You say you are African American. Watch this, what it says in the Bible. Because he said if we did keep the commandments, he's going to put curses upon us. This is one of the curses. Go ahead.
Verse 37, and thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword among all nations, whether the Lord shall lead thee.
So you're going to be astonished. Meaning right now, this could be shocking to you, like, what? Judah? I never heard of us being Judah. Or I thought I was black. I thought I was African American. You telling me that I'm Judah? What do you mean by that? That could be a shocking thing. That's what astonishment means. It said, what else?
Thou shalt be, and thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb.
A proverb. Now, I'm going to give you a proverb. What is the world saying that our favorite food is? Chicken. What's our favorite fruit? Watermelon. That's a proverb. You know how, let's just think about how spiritually that curse is, that we all agree. I knew you was going to say chicken. I knew you were going to say watermelon. That's what we all was so told, that we are the ones that love that food. Like we don't have no other kind of food we like. But that's what they use. That's a proverb. Go ahead.
And a byword.
A byword is what you just said. I'm African American. I am black. I'm gonna give you more bywords. I'm a Negro. I'm a nigga. I'm a color. All these things are bywords. God said if we didn't keep his commandments, we're gonna be a bywords amongst all nations. That's why all nations don't look at us as the Israelites. They look at us as niggas, colored, Negroes, African American, all these things. And guess what? We agree to that because we don't even know who we are. But the Bible tells us who we are. So that is a cursed thing that the Most High said. We start believing that we Negro. It's a cursed thing to say you African American. That's a cursed thing to believe that. It's a cursed thing to believe that we like watermelon and chicken only. That's a cursed thing. Meaning that all we do is eat chicken all day and watermelon all day. Do you get that? Now, does it sound kind of familiar? Like, all right, let me give you something else. Well, I'm gonna ask you a question. What is the reason why we can't come together as a people and love one another and work together? You don't know? Well, give me like a little small what you think. Like what you'd say, like, hey, if I'm like, hey bro, I want to do a business with you. Would you do a business with me? Sorry, I can keep you come this way, bro. Let me hear you. You said what? Possibly. Now, you sure you would do a business with me and you don't even know me? Kind. Because, you know, I don't know you. I couldn't do a business unless I create a rapport with you. See where you at, see how you deal with business. But as a whole, why us as a people can't come together and why we kill one another, do you know that's written in the Bible? Watch this. Because remember, verse 15 said if we did keep his commandments, he was going to put curses upon us. Watch this. Read that.
Verse 54, so that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eye shall be evil toward his brother.
So this is why that eye is being evil, is that, hey, sometimes, man, we can walk past our own people and we got to look at them in a strange way. Sometimes you may look at a brother like, damn, what are you looking at? Why are you looking at me like that? For no apparent reason. And with your first thing meaning, man, watch your stuff. Or man, if you run up on me, hey, be prepared. Be ready to fight one of our brothers for no apparent reason. Right? Keep going.
And Salakia. Let's start over. So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eye shall be evil toward his brother, and toward the wife of his bosom, and toward the remnant of his children which he shall lead.
Let me ask you, is your father in your life right now? He in your life? You grew up with your father in the house with you? Okay. Read that again.
So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eye shall be evil toward his brother, and toward the wife of his bosom.
So that's sometimes when you got an anger to your wife or your bosom. Just talk about your wife literally and our women, period. Black men and black women, we sometimes can't come together either. You know what I'm saying? Some brothers say, I don't even want a own sister no more. Some sisters say, I don't want a brother no more. I don't want no black man. I don't need a black man. Or I don't want no sister, man. All they do is argue and yell. You know what I'm saying? So go ahead, watch this.
And toward the remnant of his children.
So when we go ahead and lay down with that woman and we start creating children, it's been times where it goes both ways. Where it could be like, hey, I'm pregnant. And he's like, it ain't mine. Or, hey, I strapped up. You know what I'm saying? And she's saying like, hey, I was the last person I've been with you. He already disregarded that. He's about to have a child. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to give you the abortion, right? But go ahead.
And toward the remnant of his children, which he shall lead.
Reason why a lot of times, another time that a father will leave the house is because the black on black crime. So therefore, what we dealing with the men and the women can't get along. So now we got the son or the daughter without the father in the home. That's what ended up happening. Doesn't mean that your father don't take care of you not in the home, but it's better for everybody to stay home together. That makes you more powerful. That's another separation that they want to create. Now, another thing. You got to go? All right, no problem, bro. Hey, read that flyer. It's a number on there. Hey, man, just do the research, brother. We're just trying to wake up our people.
Hey, quick question, King. In your church, do you see this image right here? You don't see that image in your church?
I don't have it in that church.
Huh?
I don't have it in that church. I used to play basketball.
Okay, come on.
All right. Now, who do you say that is before you go? That's Jesus, right? Now, what made you say Jesus? Stand it. All right. Before you go, please just stay 1 second. Then go ahead and go. We're going to show you what Jesus looked like in the Bible. You know that they describe Jesus in the Bible? You said yeah? So how do you think what Jesus looked like? Middle Eastern. Okay, watch this. All right, read this before you go.
It's the book of Revelation, chapter 1 and verse 14. His head and his hairs were white like wool.
All right, so let me ask you this. You say he's Middle Eastern, right? Do Middle Eastern have woolly hair? No. So let me ask you this. A lot of Middle Easterns got hair like this, right? But he said his hair is white like wool. Who got woolly hair? That you can look around right now, look like they got hair like wool. Black people, all right? So X out the hair now. All right, go ahead.
As white as snow.
That means he had a hair full of gray hair. Go ahead.
And his eyes were as a flame of fire, and his feet like unto fine brass.
So what color is brass? Brown, right. I'm rocking with you, right? But watch this. Now, is Middle Easterns brown, right? Okay, watch this. So Middle Easterns, they're brown, but they don't have woolly hair though, right? So black people are brown, you know what I'm saying? They got woolly hair, but watch this.
As if they burned in a furnace.
So he said when John looked at his feet, he said his feet was as bronze. Then he said as if they burned in a furnace. So if you burn anything, what was John looking at? What color was his feet? Black. So if I burn anything, you burn anything, what color is going to come out? Black. So he can't be Middle Eastern. Because the only reason why you believe he's Middle Eastern is because of movies. They want to show you and think that's what he looks like. They also show America this is what white Jesus looked like. But that's not what the Bible says.
That's right.
We've been proving lies. Do you agree with that? Now, do you believe that he's a white man, Middle Eastern, or do you believe he's a black man? All praises, brother. Hey, just go on, man. Do some more research, bro. We ain't trying to make this as like black power, this and that. We just bring it out the truth. All right? Give me Psalms 5 and 4 again. Yeah, because all praise to the young man over there. You know, hey, we gotta get these lies out of these Christian churches. This is one of the lies that they brought out. They gave us this right here, and this is one of the lies that we gotta destroy. Because if we stick believing that Christ looked like this, man, that's an abominable thing. God hate that thing.
That's right.
God hate that thing. You know? So I'm gonna give you some things, because going back to what I'm bringing out is showing you that God has hatred. So we're gonna bring some things out what God hates. Give me Psalms 5 and 5. Because the Christian church says God don't hate nothing. But go ahead.
The book of Psalms, chapter 5 and verse 4. For thou art not a God that have pleasure in wickedness, neither shall evil dwell with thee. The foolish shall not stand in thy sight. Thou hatest all workers of iniquity.
So God said he hated all workers of iniquity, meaning that he hates people who sin. So it ain't about it's the sin that God hates. He hates who?
All workers of iniquity.
In order to be a worker, you got to be somebody. You got to be a person. That means God said he hates the people that sins. So when we say that God doesn't hate, it's written in the Bible. That's another lie that the Christian church told us, that God is just full of love. Give me Proverbs 6. I'm going to go through some stuff. Give me 16.
It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 6, verse 6. Verse 16. These 6 things doth the Lord hate.
Whoa. Hold on. It's 6 things that God hates. Hey, when I was growing up in the Christian church, I didn't even know God had a lick of hate. But come on, how many hate?
These 6 things doth These 6 things doth the Lord hate.
No, God don't hate nothing. He loves everything. Go ahead.
Yea, 7 are an abomination.
Oh, 7. Let's keep going. What is it?
A proud look.
Oh, a proud look. Hey, a proud look gets you to a point where God hates. But remember, it's just a sin. God don't hate nothing. What do God else hate? Name another one he hates.
A lying tongue.
So, God, and he's so easy to forgive if you a liar. No, God hates that thing. And if you a liar, God hates you.
That's right.
Go ahead.
And hands that shed innocent blood.
Hey, this is black on black crime. Right now, if you wonder why the blacks, Hispanics, and the Native Americans have not grown and have started achieving in life, God got a spirit of hate on us right now. Go ahead, read that again.
Verse 17, a proud look, a lying tongue, and hands that shed innocent blood, and a heart that deviseth wicked imagination.
So the wicked imagination that we deal with is our brothers always plotting on one another. We always trying to